And we're in. It's been a minute since we've been back, but I can't wait to continue our adventure. Last time we did a lot of, intro stuff, and what's all this about? Whoops. Sorry about that. Alright, elemental gauge. The elemental gauge indicates whether you're under influence of astral or... Didn't I read this last time? Let me just check real quick. While under influence of fire, fire spells have increased potency, damage, require more MP, while under the influence of ice, all blizzard spells have no cost, and will recover MP upon striking a target. Okay, maybe not. Last time I thought was fire empowers ice, and then ice empowers fire. Interesting. So that's cool, using ice magic restores MP. I have never heard of that before. We will take it. Furthermore, when maintaining stacks of astral fire or umbral ice, a spell with the opposite element can be cast at no cost, but reduce damage. Oh, okay. So basically, while using fire magic, it keeps increasing how much damage it does, but the cost. And then for free, you can switch over to an ice spell. It does reduce damage, but also becomes ice-based. And while casting ice spells, they don't cost anything, so you can keep damage up while refilling your mana to then switch back over to fire for free by reduced damage. So you're probably going to use like a weak fire spell and then start stacking up your fire again. Ooh, that's fun. Alright, so what do we have? Way of the Thaumaturge. Actually, let's see. You know what, we're going to do that. Why? Well, I got a little problem today, and that's simply put, I had a fuel leak. Yeah, it's horrible. So by the time I finally caught it, I had to spend so much energy and fuel trying to fix it that, well, simply put, I'm running on empty. But I still want to play this, and I can't wait to play more. So, I'm making sure we do, even if it's only 30 minutes or 40 minutes today, which I apologize, I'm going to do long videos, otherwise we're not going to get anywhere, but I'm running low on fuel, and I can't do anything about that. So, what we will do is just get some combat done, because we didn't get any last time. So, let's do some combat. Ooga, the Steps of Thal. Oh yeah, this place where nobody could speak properly. Let's see. How do I track this? Where am I? I remember I was having problems with the map last time. Oh well, it's all part of the experience, right? And I think I took the wrong turn. Okay, that's not a sprint. That's ready weapon. Noted. I think I go this way. Yeah, this looks right. So, I'm guessing Way of the Thaumaturge is where we start learning combat, which is what I'm here for. Because like I said, this is the very first time we have ever played an MMORPG, and I can't wait to get started. I really can't. But in order to do that, we must first do quests, you know. Every game is like that. You gotta start somewhere, right? Yeah, okay, I keep going this way. Eventually, I will figure this out. But to be fair, I'm trying out the Xbox control scheme right now, more out of curiosity than anything else. Eventually we'll be switching over to keyboard and mouse, and then even more eventually, switching over to computer. I'm just curious to see how this runs on an Xbox. It's a proper MMORPG, I hope it works, well, properly. Let's see, so if I do this, this is what triggers my spells. I have Fire and Blizzard. So I'm guessing just cast fire, then cast blizzard, and keep going. Okay, I was gonna say, did I get lost? Nope, right here. I just can't wait. And yes, I'm well aware that probably should have started with a mage, probably should go with something like a tank or healer, but I have a special connection to a black mage, so I'm just gonna do that. Okay, well, adventurer, will you join our guild, or do you presume to ignore the urgings of impatient destiny? No, I want to learn magic. Yayake, I'm calling you Yaya, wishes you to reaffirm your desire to join the Thaumaturge's guild. Are they all, I believe they're called Lalafels. That's annoying, whatever. A wise decision indeed. To prepare for your initiation, I would have you study the volumes of Fundamental Thaumaturgical Principle, all 108 of them. I am not reading 108 books. I will blow you up with fire, and then I will freeze you in ice, just to blow you up with fire again. Or at least I would if such a requirement had not been abolished. Thank you. I want to start unlocking the dark arts of magic. Too great a deterrent to fresh novices. Yeah, think? They said. I suppose you shall just have to settle for calling upon the collective wisdom of our guild masters. Okay, so instead of reading 108 books, talk to people and they give you the simplified version. I'm all for that. We have 5, you see, all brothers of the same house, though they all wield supreme authority. Alright, don't need to know that, but okay. It is the eldest who provides a singular voice for the guild when one is required. Master Kokobyogo, I believe. Alright. It's fine, Master Kokokabaga. Probably in here because this is the Thaumaturgist Guild. Nice architecture. Kokoboha. Kokoba. Calling you Coco. Kokobyogo. Ooh, a proper cutscene. Kokobyogo. Who? What? Oh, false teeth. Man, did your mother never tell you not to startle a thaumaturge? Did I? You're kind of standing right in front of me. You can see me walking. Count on you, my friend. Let's see. Look at that expectant face, Coco Byogo. This is Coco Bonnie. So they're all Cocos? Interesting. This gentleman is obviously a new applicant for the guild, seeking audience with our eldest brother. Yeah, you couldn't tell from the fact that magic is glowing from me. I'm assuming they can see the magic radiating from me. Coco Bezzy. Okay, so it's the Coco brothers. Cool. Oh, Plate Yayake. That was a sentence. She can recite the 307 verses of funerary rites for the virtuous fallen from memory, but the simple task of keeping our name straight seems ever beyond her grasp. Well, some beings have trouble with names and faces, and I can relate, as I don't have a face. Trust me, it makes sense. Kokoboha. Oh, I for one find the constant fusion endlessly entertaining. Okay, you're one of those people. My apologies, good sir. My merriment was not meant to mock your mistake. That's a lot of M's. It is our sibling Koko Buki with whom you would or should speak. So yeah, not Yoki, it's Buki. Oh yeah, you're definitely the one in charge. Yeah, face wrappings, you're wearing black. Yeah, makes sense. What's this? Great Fall has led us to a new aspirant? Yeah, led you to me, not the other way around. Ah, Kokobuki. Where were you the entire time? Probably hiding in the shadows using dark magic, which I wish to learn. Greetings, child. Just ignore your brother. I'm Kokobuki, the eldest. You all look the same age, and that's a compliment. And I would venture to say the wisest of the 5 masters of the Thaumaturgist Guild. Right. You know, you should never compliment yourself. It is my solemn duty to furnish our would-be initiates with a succinct understanding of our beloved art. Thus, I would have your fullest attention. I apologize. Between their choice of words and my lack of energy right now, you're gonna see a few mistakes. That's what we're just doing combat. To wield thaumaturgy is to unleash devastation of the highest magnitude. The lethal force of our spells far exceeds the destructive capability of any other form of arcane manipulation. Which is why we do barrel rights, apparently. Fire, lightning, blizzards. Was that somnolence? That word. The Thaumaturge calls upon the expansive arsenal of offensive incantations to incapacitate and obliterate all manner of adversaries. Like all the books here that you wanted me to read. Open your mind to our sorcerous teachings, and you too shall soon hold the unparalleled power of our discipline in the palm of your hand. Yeah, I imagine that's what it was at one time before the creator of this game kept making changes to balance it. Of course, such power has a price. Do I have to sell my soul? I've already died a couple times, so I don't even know if I have one. You must be willing to plunge headfirst into the forbidding chasm of thaumaturgy's secrets, for advancement in this art comes only with the completion of deadly and terrible trials. Go kill 5 lizards and bring me their tails for dinner, right? I ask you now, aspirant, are you prepared to leap into the abyss in pursuit of power unrivaled? Well, considering when I started the game I was already in an abyss, yeah, I'm gonna say I'm good. Prepared to leap into the abyss. Yeah, sure. I got nothing else to do. A confident response. Your name, if you will. That's right. My character's name is Mechanist Ex Machina. Although it's not spaced like that, it's Mechanist Ex Machina. You can just call me whatever you feel like. Very well, Mechanist. Let us mark your initiation with a trial to test the limits of your aptitude for channeling thaumaturgy. So, do I blast you with a fireball or something? Huge hornets, star marmots, and snapping shrews inhabit this land in abundance. Exercise your sorcerous might and slay 3 of each of these creatures before returning to my side. Yep, your typical thing. Although I was figuring lizards for the desert. Sure, I'll blow up a few bugs. Alright, so begins our first actual taste of combat. Ooh, I cannot wait. Let's see, where does it tell me to go? You know what? I'm just gonna wing it. Probably shouldn't do that, especially because I don't know where I'm going. You know what? Let's see. Looks like I'm here, so I need to take not the 3rd exit on my left. Alright. So, I'm guessing it's these. There it is, class blast. Blah, 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 blah. That was the classic Black Mage outfit. I want it. I must have it. And I will get it. Although I am curious what other outfits and armor and stuff like. From what I understand, and feel free to correct me, like I said, I am completely brand new to MMORPGs. That is not a lie. But isn't there like, what you call it? Thinking, error, glamour, right? It's like called glamour or something like that, vanity, something like that. Anyways, it's to make your armor look different from actual stats. So there's like vanity hunting as well as mount hunting, although, wait, isn't this game, didn't it get like a lot of flack? Let me just, I don't know what I'm saying. But don't mounts all go at like the same speed and all can fly, so it's not as important? Okay, battle. Select a target with the directional buttons and press confirm once to target it, alright? Please confirm a second time to switch to active mode and ready auto attack. Alright. Approach and face the target to start battle. 2 rotating arrows will appear over the target you are currently attacking. Various actions such as spells and weapon skills can be performed by using the cross hotbar right there on the bottom of your screen. Only available in controller mode. The action set to your cross hotbar can be initiated via the corresponding button combinations. And pressing that and that, alright. Automatically added, so I have to constantly customize. Let's see, most actions require magic points MP to execute, in addition to having recast times of various lengths. Oh yeah, forgot this isn't like I cast Fireball 5 times in a second. While MP slowly regenerates over time, there exist items and actions which can be used to immediately restore them. potions, ether, elixirs. Disciplines of magic and disciplines of war who specialize in ranged attacks such as archers are best suited for finding the target from distance. The range and radius of actions can also be confirmed in the window. Alright. What else is here? Oops. There we go, achievements. Congratulations, you just received your first achievement. Achievements are earned by reaching certain milestones during your adventure in Eorzea. There are achievements for just about everything, from leveling classes to uncovering locations, to blah 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 blah. There are also rewards granted upon attaining certain achievements. Okay, so there's a reason to do it. Some include rare weapons and armor, alright. Others include titles, which is cool, but whatever. You can view requirements. Alright. So let's see, 3 hornets, marmots, and shrews. But we have a marmot right here. So, can I just cast... Oh, I'm doing it! I'm casting Fireball! And then I can cast... I can't cast anything. Cast something. Okay, let's cast a spell! I casted... There we go. Why can't I cast it again? I should probably view this real quick. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out the controls. Experience points, I think we all know what experience points are. Binding items. An item you have equipped now is bound to you and no longer can be traded or put up for sale in the market. Most items can be sold and traded freely, blah blah blah. However, performing one of these 3 actions after equipping a new piece of gear will... Wait. This is true regardless of whether or not they have been equipped. However, performing one of these 3 actions, so used in battle, crafting, or gathering, become bound to you? So if you use an item, you can't sell it, but okay. This is interesting. Let's try to cast ice this time. Okay, there's a first-person view. Interesting. Okay, there we go. Let's try casting some ice. Or I interrupted it. Cast Blizzard! Okay, can I not cast again? Okay, can I attack? Can I smack you? There we go, attack. Okay, so I can attack. And then I can cast fire. Alright, I'm slowly figuring this out. So there we go, targeted and casting fire. Oh, do I have to reselect? Oh, okay. And fire again. And then I can switch to ice. I'm now in ice mode, right? And I can infinitely cast ice for free as it restores my mana. That's a cool mount. Okay, I'm getting this. So that's marmots. Okay, there's a hornet. I'm going to cast fire on you. This will switch me back to fire. I'm now neutral, but I'm now in fire, which means my fire does more damage, but it has increasing cost. But while in fire mode and I still have the mana, I should cast more fire. Almost one-shot it. Okay, still capped to 16. Is there something I can... Okay, there's another hornet. Fire. Nope, fire. I'm still in fire mode. Okay, so I'm capped out at 1, it seems like. But now I'm out of mana. So I need to find a shrew. And switch to ice. Actually, I can switch to ice right here and start regaining my mana, right? Okay, yeah, now I'm in ice form. So now all my spells don't cost mana. Okay, I'm getting this. Kind of. Level up. Nice. Okay, there's a shrew. Then level 3. I should be able to take... Okay, I'll take this one on. I got transpose. I'll have to read what that does. I'll do another one to regain my mana. Actually, I'll just finish this one off, and then I can switch back to fire on you. Boom. Okay, so I'm now neutral. Then I cast fire again, I'm now in fire stance. We'll say fire mode, which means my fire is double the cost but does increase damage. Almost one-shot or halved you. Then I would switch to ice for no mana, switching me to neutral. Okay, I'm getting this, and transpose. I'm gonna have to, once I get back to town, I'll have to see if I could look up what these do. Okay, I'm starting to get it. I don't get why I couldn't rapidly cast first, but now I can. Interesting, interesting. I'm getting it, I like it. I'm liking it, I'm getting there, I'm loving it. And I want to do more. Alright, so now that we're in the city, let me see if I can bring up myself. Let's see, is this, okay, this is how I view my equipment. How do I do this? No. I'm gonna have to figure this out off camera, but let's go talk to the Thaumaturge again. Alright, cool, my first taste of combat, and it took me a minute to figure it out, but now that I did, it's fun. So basically, I cast fire, puts me in fire stance, doubling the cost of my fire. I can probably get 3 off at increased cost, and then I need to save enough mana to not only switch to ice, or use ice for free, but I gotta make sure I have 400 to actually trigger the ice, thus allow me to regain mana while still doing damage. And I also have to make sure not to move while casting. And I've also learned I can smack people. Alright, where am I? I'm going the right way. Too deep in thought, I lost it. I couldn't figure out where it was. So let's go talk to the Guildmaster of the Thaumaturge. Probably officially make me one. And then let's see if I can figure out what transpose is. Sounds like something to do with transportation, and it has no cost, which is what has me curious. Maybe they'll tell me. Hello, Guildmaster Chocobubuki. Chocobuki. You have the satisfied look of a mage who has utterly vanquished his foes. Mechanist, I formally welcome you into the Brotherhood of the Thaumaturges. The purpose of this trial was to gauge your capacity for wielding thaumaturgy. An innate quality, the limits of which are bound by the level of etheric energy flowing through your physical being. Okay. Aether. The very stuff of life exists within all living creatures to a greater or lesser extent. Remember this, for it is the most basic law of arcane manipulation. Now, I have here a tome that shall serve you as a hunting log. As the name suggests, its pages are to be filled with records of the enemies you slay. The log also contains the names of which adversaries that will challenge and improve your skills as a thaumaturge. Alright. As your experience grows, so shall your reserves of thaumaturgical endurance, whatever that means, the wellspring of your magical might might also swell in response to moments of extreme terror or duress. What are you telling me right now? When you find yourself seeking greater challenge, when next you crave the thrill of exquisite fear, that is when you shall know the time has come for you to visit me once more. The next Thaumaturgy quest will be available at level 5. Cool. So that's what these red mean. They're locked. Alright. Okay, what do we have here? Armory chest. Since the armory system of Final Fantasy XIV allows you to change your class or job by simply changing the weapon or tool in your main hand. Alright, that's how it works. It's recommended that you always have several sets of gear on hand. However, gear can take up a tremendous amount of space in one's inventory, which is why all adventurers carry an armory chest. All gear purchased, crafted, or found is automatically stored in this chest, leaving your inventory free to fill with other items such as potions, crafting materials, and food. Gear in your armory inventory is categorized and sorted by type and can be equipped or discarded directly from the chest interface. The armory chest can be accessed at any time by selecting character from the main menu, followed up by armory chest. Alright, what is this? Some items can be used, granting various effects such as instant HP restoration, attribute boost, and more. Using an item is as simple as easily selecting use from the item's subcommand. Alright, can I put that on my hotbar? All items with recast timers cannot be used again until the timer expires. Items can also be used set to your... Okay, so you can. Good to know. I could probably set like LT to healing, RT for fighting. Although I don't think I need that many. Alright, what's this? The hunting log is a record of your completion of tasks involving the slaying of certain creatures. By completing these tasks, you will earn rewards and unlock new challenges. The log can be accessed via main menu. Once the log is open, select a class and difficulty to view the available challenges for each rank. Each challenge is marked with a class name and number such as Lancer 01. Below that name and number you will find the target as well as how many of the target you must defeat. Hovering over the target name will display one of these areas in which it can be located. Little ladybug. Targets indicating your hunting log will have a special icon above their display name, making it easier to locate said creatures. Alright, so if I do this... Let's see, I select myself. How do I... Nope, that's jump. Adventure play, edit info, mark focus. Alright, I gotta figure out how to select myself again. Okay, here I am. But that's not helping me. Oh, is this it? Stance, action traits, armory. Alright, here we go. Character. Recommended gear, gear set list, thaumaturgy weapon. Okay, all this stuff. My skills. At least it looks like they automatically level up, so I don't have to worry about skill points. Face wear, rings. Armory. I have a shield, which I don't think I can equip because I'm a mage. Where can I find my blue magic spells? No, that's something else. Actions, right? Okay, here we go. Blizzard, deal ice damage with a potency of 180. I'm guessing that's potency of my damage. I'll have to look at that later. Additionally grants other ice or removes astral fire, but does not switch you to ice. I learned that. Let's see, required black mage, thaumaturgy level 1. Fireball. I don't get why that's over there, but okay. He has fire damage with 180. Okay, so it's exactly the same. Alright. Transpose. Learned at level 4. Swap astral fire with a single umbral ice or umbral ice with a single astral fire. So does that mean it switches me from fire to ice and ice to fire for, that, how much, for free? Okay, looks like at level 6 do I get thunder, deal lightning damage with a potency of 120, which is less. Lightning damage over time. Oh, it triggers a dot. Duration lasts for 24 seconds. Can only be cast while the effect of Thunderhead. Granted when gaining astral fire or ice from an unaspected state or changing between their influences. So when you switch to fire to ice, you get Thunderhead, which allows you to cast this. Only one thunder spell induce damage over time effect per cast. Okay, so if I'm reading this correctly, when gaining astral fire or ice from an unaspected state, so maybe transpose, or from simply changing between the two. Alright, and then of course all the other things roll. So these are what, unique to Black Mage? Let's see, Thaumaturge, Black Mage, Summoner, Red Mage, I think. Okay, so these are something shared between everybody. Cool. The heck is this? Casting a certain fire. Is this something I have to equip? It's a trait. Don't think so. Casting a certain fire and ice spells will grant you a stack of extra fire. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, so this is just that. But it tells me more information. The cost of casting fire spells is doubled. I saw that. MP recovery is reduced, so you get none, and the potency of ice spells is reduced by 10%. Not that much. While under the effect of Umbral Ice, the cost of casting ice spells is reduced to 0. You regain a fourth of your mana upon landing an ice spell, so if you drain yourself to empty, only 4 ice spells is needed, and the potency of fire spells is reduced by 10%. Interesting. Alright. You know what? I said I would stop after 30 minutes, but I kind of want to test out this transpose and see if it is what I think. So we're going to head back out real quick to the wasteland area. Luckily I do know where that is. I want to see if I go for fire, if I hit transpose, if it forces me to ice, because that's going to be important. And then we'll wrap it up there. I'll go back to the little diner area, because I think they said you want to rest in that specific area, and we'll call it quits. So yeah, what am I seeing? This is different. Most mages, it's literally, you have 100 MP. Cast your spells effectively, because that's pretty much all you do. But this one, you gotta be active with it. You gotta cast fire to increase the fire damage, but then you lose mana, so you gotta know when to switch to ice to regain your mana. And if transpose forces it, that makes it easier, because then you gotta say, oh, I'm out of mana, I gotta use transpose, cast that, you're all of a sudden in ice, and from that, you can start casting, and I've learned up to 4 ice spells to regain all your mana. Maybe by then transpose will be back up to force you back into fire and start casting it freely. I hope I'm reading that correctly. Okay, so if I do fire, boom. Let me cast another one just to make sure I'm in fire stance, or whatever. Then if I hit transpose, yeah, I'm instantly in ice, so I can start casting my ice for free. And then let's say, okay, with this, I'm back to full mana. I hit transpose, I'm now in fire again with doubled cost, and boom. And I hit transpose again, I'm back to ice. I can start casting ice, boom, and then I hit transpose, I'm now in fire state, and then blast with fire. And that's a pretty short cooldown, which means I don't have, so, ooh, I love this. It's so different, fun, and unique. I love it. I love it, I really do. But unfortunately, we're going to be calling it there. Let me just find a way back to the... I think it's up here, right? The safe area, so we can get bonus XP next time. Let me see if... Yeah, there's Momodi. Alright, that was fun. Finally got to do a little bit of combat. Started to figure out how combat works, and I gotta say, I'm so excited to level up and see what I can do. Start casting thunder, because I can already see you go from like fire into fire, and then as you run out of mana, use transpose to switch to ice. But that will unlock lightning, so you can strike them with lightning to put a damage over time effect, while you're blasting them with ice to refill your mana. And then as soon as you're back to that, you hit transpose to go back to fire, casting double fire. Ooh, I can't wait to see what else happens. I really can't. Oh, I can't wait for next time. Well, that was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed playing. And if you did, please consider hitting the like button and impacting the subscribe button. It'll help out in the long run. With all that being said, this has been The Mechanist, logging off. Until next time.